Julie and I are going to go through the slides. I'm going to read the left section, and we're going to talk about or share some feedback that we've gotten during we reached out to the volunteers and asked what their experiences have been as volunteers. So the first one we'll talk about is the Child Placement Review Board, also known as CPRB, which these volunteers have completed over 1,175 reviews in 2023 alone. So that's pretty impressive. Go ahead, Julie, if you want to share one of the experiences.
Oh, you're muted. I do that all the time.
My apologies, everyone. I'm so sorry. You would think at this point I would have it down to a science, but I don't.
No worries.
So one of the quotes for Child Placement Review Board is, as Carrie had mentioned, we completed 1,175 reviews in 21-23. So one of the positives that has come out of it would be Child Placement Review Board in Morris County is the dedication of court staff to ensure that recommendations to court are heard and that time as a volunteer is appreciated by all staff.
Awesome. And the volunteers told us that one of their positive volunteer experiences with the Child Placement Review Board. Oh, my apologies. Every monthly meeting is positive. They feel that everyone does their best to try and make a difference in children's lives, which is so meaningful. One of the next program is the court-appointed special advocates, also known as CASA. And I think we heard from one of our CASA members today, had that heartwarming story. 1,500 judiciary volunteers advocated for close to 2,900. And I believe that's it. 1 second. I could not read that number. 2,900 cases. Is that correct, guys?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Which is, I mean, I'm sure you all heard the heartfelt communication from one of the CASA volunteers. So this is very near and dear to everyone's heart. So I'm just going to read you a little quote from one of the folks that had provided this on the slide that says, "My second CASA child, who just turned 20, text the following day after her birthday. I don't know how to ever repay you for everything you do for me. I always ask God to bless you and keep you safe because you are a very special woman in such a short time. I've grown to love you. I may not say it often, but that is how I feel. And although we may not be related by blood, I consider you my family. Your kids must be so proud to have such a loving mom," which I think that's just a wonderful thing that just says so much about CASA. You want me to move on, Carrie? So the next topic will be JCC, which is the Juvenile Conference Committee, which is 6 to 9 members, citizen volunteer panel appointed by the Family Division Judge. And one of the comments is, it is important to help juveniles understand the impact and consequences of their actions and being a volunteer with the JCC panel that provides a unique opportunity, which again, we just can't thank you all enough for participating in these programs because it just means so much to us and those involved in these programs. Supervised visitation, which we have a lot of acronyms, so we call it the SVP, Supervised Visitation Program, which is specifically trained volunteers and student interns that oversee the visits of children and non-custodial parents. They observe the interaction between the child or parent / guardian and maintain a safe environment. So this is really a very important program. It's very near and dear to our hearts. And one of the quotes was, realizing the impact you have on a child when you go to visit, watching them run up to you with a big giant smile is just heartfelt and warming. And we just can't thank you enough for participating. We have reviewed or worked 646 hours helping families reconnect in 2023. And then.
And, thank you, Julie. I just, we would love to go over every program, but in the interest of time, I just want to jump in and give my heartfelt thanks to all of the volunteers. And then I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Amanda Sanquini, who is going to give you all one more big virtual thank you and appreciation of how much we really value all of you. So,
and I agree
thank
with
you.
that. I mean, we just can't say enough and appreciate you enough as our volunteers for the help that you provide to us. So again,
thank you, Julie. Amanda?
Yes, just for today, thank you so much for joining us. Sorry, I repeated the word today. I was on fast forward. I do that sometimes. So I'd like to close today's celebration by thanking all of you, as my colleagues have done, as you thanked each other for your service, not only to the court users, but to us, the staff, to the judges. We could not do our job without you. And right now I'm going to read you a short poem, and this is going to express our appreciation to you. It's called To Be a Volunteer. To be a volunteer, it takes generosity, a willing to give your time to others, understanding because their lives might be very different from your own, empathy, an ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and feel what they must feel, compassion, to truly care about making someone's life better, patience, because the process doesn't always go as smoothly as it might, dedication, to stick with the project and see it through. You've shown these qualities and so much more. Thank you so much for all that you do. We appreciate you 100 times, 1,000 times fold. I can keep going up with the numbers. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your families, enjoy your downtime. And I hope everyone has a wonderful dinner. And if anyone else has anything to add, please go ahead. Thank you for your appreciation in the chat. And for your patience. We appreciate all of you. Thank you to the staff that were here that supported us. Like, it just really means a lot. It takes a village, right, folks? It takes a village. Thanks, everyone.